Hey Hair Lounge community, Angelina back in the Hair Lounge. Today I'm going to teach you how to achieve those super fun money pieces on your own hair. So stay tuned and we'll get right into it. First, let's talk about what a money piece even means. So really, it's talking about, your money maker. So your face, it's face framing highlights or slices. It all depends on really the look you want to achieve. But if you Google it, you notice majority of the people who has face framing highlights, they have a money piece. So kind of those thicker pieces right around the hairline, that is what a money piece is. And you guys, we're getting into spring, into summer. And so it's perfect for you if you want to achieve super bright, light pieces around your face. Do not forget, now is the perfect time to hit that red subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. Now back to the money piece. It does not have to be super bright blonde. It can be any color you want. So if you have really dark hair, you can still take the money piece 1, 2, even 3 shades lighter and it's still considered a money piece. Or if you have blonde hair and you want those really bright platinum blonde pieces around the front of your face, you can do that as well. So now we're gonna go and take our lovely mannequin and I'm gonna show you how to achieve this look. So let's talk about mixing. Mixing, it all depends on really your hair level and what you are trying to achieve. My mannequin is very, very dark. And so for her, we're gonna do more of a caramel money piece on her just so we don't damage her hair. But if you have super blonde hair, you may be able to go more platinum with your money piece color. So for her, we're gonna use 20 volume. I wanted to get a good lift but not damage her hair. Remember when you're mixing your bleach, you want it to be the consistency of cake frosting. As always, you guys have seen me mix my highlight video, so I'm gonna do that really fast. I also use Paul Mitchell bleach, and as always, I'll link everything down below in the description box so it's super easy for you to find. So let's mix that now. So for your consistency, you want it to be thick where it's not dripping off of your tint brush, but you want it to still be able to really move. You don't want it to be super, super sticky. So that's where we are. Now let's start doing this money piece. For the money piece, you're really isolating the very front section of the hair. So I always like to just base it off of a middle part. No matter if your client is parting one way or the other way, I like to do my first few foils that way. If they do not fluctuate their part whatsoever, and they always part it on one side, you will do the money piece on the side of where they part their hair. My mannequin likes to do it down the middle. So we are going to take very, very thin sections. Your sectioning, you want it to be see-through. If it's not see-through, you're not gonna get even saturation. So for hers, we are going to take our very thin section off this front piece. You can kind of see she has a little bit of a widow's peak. So if you look at the front of her hair, she has that peak. So we're gonna go right off of that on each side, making it exactly the same thickness. But as you can see through this whole section. That's exactly what you want if you're doing it on your own hair. You wanna make sure you see through it. That way you're getting even saturation of the bleach all the way through that section. Using our Firmar foils, and we are going to go in on scalp. You want it to be as close to that hairline as possible. Again, making sure you can see through that foil. You can see right through that foil. And with the money piece, you're going root to ends. All the way up to the very top of your foil and then pulling it all the way through. You do not want to skimp on product. You want to make sure you are using enough product or else you'll get a splotchy money piece, and no one wants a splotchy money piece. Really saturating those ends and kind of smushing it through that hair section. Just like that. So I will tell you, when you're doing it on your own hair, obviously this is a mannequin, she does not produce heat, but when you are doing the bleach up towards the foil, you don't want to touch your scalp because some bleaches do swell. So if you touch your scalp, it's going to swell back into the rest of the hair that is not in the foil. So you want to keep it roughly about 1/8 of an inch from your scalp, because then once it swells up, it'll go all the way up to your root. But obviously my mannequin, she is not real, and so I need to go all the way up to the very top section of her hair and make sure it is saturated all the way through. Then we are going to foil this up. Now we're going to go on that other side of that peak of her widow's peak, doing exactly the same thing, very thin section, and making sure that we're doing the same width from this left side as we are on the right. That way you don't have a uneven money piece. Again, remember, even saturation. Get that foil in there very tight. Make sure you can see your foil through that section of hair and start applying. So you could just stop there. 2 foils, 1 on each side. If you want it to be thicker and chunky looking, then you're gonna do more foils back behind. You can still do the slice like you did, but if you want it to blend into the rest of the hair, say if you have highlights, then I would suggest doing just the slices right in that very front section, and then your next foil be a weave. You can do chunkier, you can do finer, it all just depends on your preference. I'm gonna do just kind of in between, just more of like a medium weave to it. And what this would do is if you have highlights, it's going to help it blend into the rest of your hair. Then the same thing on this other side of doing just a weave. Same thickness as your slices, meaning thickness this way. Here is what my money piece is looking like after foiling it. I will tell you, majority of the time, not all the time, you can just do a money piece, but majority of the time you do have the balayage, however you want to say it, like my previous video that I did not too long ago. If you didn't watch that video, click this link up here and it'll take you to that video. But majority of the time you do a money piece and then you have a balayage or highlights in your hair. So then there's a lot more kind of randomly highlights through the rest of your hair, and it gives you that really sun-kissed look. Many of you may notice in little girls' hair, they have those really light, bright, kind of blonde pieces towards the front, because if they wear their hair back in the summer, the sun really highlights those front pieces. And money pieces, that is what is mimicking those super fun face framing highlights. So now we're gonna let this mannequin process, rinse her out. I will tone her because her hair is super dark and I'm not gonna love the color that it comes out. So I will tone her and I will let you know what I tone her with, and then we'll come back to show you the end results. If you guys are liking what you see so far and you are enjoying this content, please give this video a thumbs up. It really, really helps the YouTube algorithm and it shows me that you are liking all of these videos. Again, thanks for the support. Give this video a thumbs up. And I'll be back to show you the end result of the money piece. Okay, stay tuned. Mandy, the mannequin. I don't know, I feel like she needed a name. It might not be good, but her money piece looks amazing. You guys ready to see her money piece? Here it is. Those super bright, fun pieces around the front, on both sides, that super thick slice in the very front, and then we did the highlights kind of back through the back just to really blend in with the rest of her hair. I'm gonna hold her upside down so you guys can see. Just super soft, super subtle, probably 2, maybe 3 levels of change. Again, she has really super dark hair and she only wanted a couple levels of change. You can really see the money piece highlights when her hair is upside down. I mean, look at all that. Look at how pretty that is. And imagine if you have blonde hair, you're gonna have super bright blonde pieces around the front, not as much like caramel tones to it, which is nice because you can adjust obviously your formula and toning to change it to the tone or color that you want. For her hair, since she is super, super dark and she obviously is a mannequin and can pull very warm, on her hair I used 9A and 9PA, and that is all with Paul Mitchell's PM Shine. I also added blue shots because it pulled fairly warm. You can still see some warmth in there, but it blends really nicely with her hair. But look at how pretty that is. And again, if you want chunkier pieces in the front, you're just gonna do more slices versus doing one slice and a weave foil. So it all just depends on kind of the look you want, but look at how pretty that is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you haven't hit that red subscribe button yet, now is a great time. And if you like this money piece video, give this video a thumbs up right now. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.